Right, team, how are we doing? So, left foot braking. If you're not doing it already, that's probably why you're watching this film. I'm going to teach you tonight how to effectively, quickly learn and master the technique of left foot braking with two very simple drills. Let's get on with it. My name's Gavin Halls. This is Smoking Still Garage. Roll the credits. Let's have a look at what's going on. So I've done 2 laps here. So the blue lap, slightly quicker of the two, is with left foot braking, and the red lap is with conventional right foot braking. So a little bit slower, a bit of difference in time there. Let's have a look at the two. And this is going into turn 1, so it's quite a hard braking area, high speed down to quite low speed, and you can see the difference. So blue is with me left foot braking, and red is with me right foot braking. Now, this is why we need to engage left foot braking in iRacing. And the old rule goes, but any old racing driver will tell you, if you're driving around a circuit and you're not braking and you're not accelerating at any point in time, then that is wasted time. So any space, anything that happens in between braking and accelerating, you're just wasting time. What we want to try and do in the optimal lap is to be doing one input or the other. So we're either slowing the car down or we're speeding it up. And this is what you can see here in the data. So you can see coming down to turn 1 here, this is where I start to come off the throttle when I'm right foot braking. And if we look at the bottom here, it's 373 meters. And if we just fast forward it to when I come off the throttle when I'm left foot braking, it's 420 meters. So 50 meters earlier, I'm coming off the throttle because I need to get my foot across to the brake pedal, and I'm a bit panicky. And there's time it takes. Although it's a short move, you've got to release the throttle, move your foot across, and then get it onto the brake pedal and down. So there's quite a bit of faff in between. Look at this space in between here. So you can say at down the bottom here, 373 meters, I came off the pedal, and 383, so 10 meters later, I got my foot on the brake pedal. I'd covered 10 meters in that short space of time. Now, because I'm a chicken as well, and I'm not used to using my right foot for braking, I braked a lot earlier. But if you compare it with the blue line, so we come in there, we come off the power at 417 meters, but look below. At exactly the same time I'm coming off the power, I've already got my foot covered on the brake pedal, and I'm up to 47% pedal on 47% pressure on the pedal already, and I'm still only just dropping off the throttle pedal. So I've already got the brakes on, pumped up, and they're doing their job. And then I'm jumping off the throttle pedal quickly. At the time I jump off the throttle pedal completely, just go for a little bit. There we go, 0. I'm at 68% on the brakes, which allows me to keep the nose of the car down, because as I come off the throttle pedal, the nose of the car is going to want to go down. It's pushing the nose down, pushing all the weight over the front of the car. And at the same time, I'm feeding the brakes on, which again is pushing the nose down. So I'm trying to do it all in one movement. So off the throttle and on the brakes to keep that nose going as hard down the suspension as possible. And the more weight we get over the front end, the more we can slow the car down. So you can see there, big difference and a lot of time gained by coming off by left foot braking. So look at the speed I've carried into the corner. So I'm going to stop it there, for instance. I'm at 221 kilometers an hour with left foot braking. With right foot braking, I'm only at 192. So I'm carrying a lot more speed in because I've braked later. But we've managed to carry all that speed in, and then it's only when we start to pick the power up coming out the other side that we start to even out. But even picking the power up, you can see here the red, I'm on the brake pedal, I have to come off the brake pedal at 586, and then it takes me until 596. So again, 10 meters to get my foot over and onto the throttle and start to pick the throttle up. Whereas with the left foot braking, I'm trail braking a lot deeper into the corner because I was carrying a lot more speed. Really got the car slowed down, and then instantly, as I come off the brake pedal, which is there, I am already at 50% on the power, driving the car out the corner. Although this is a bit dramatized, it does show you, especially with the right foot braking, the difference and the performance that you're losing. So if you say 10 meters every corner, it's going to take you to get your foot from one pedal to the other. Now I'll be truthful. I'm not used to using my right foot in the sim, which is a bit weird. Although I seem to use it every day when I'm driving on the road, but it feels really alien to me. So you could probably close that down a bit, but it's still time on the track that you're losing out on, and this is why we're left foot braking. So let's go and show you how to learn how to left foot brake in the quickest and easiest way possible. Okay, so how do we learn how to left foot brake? Well, first off, we jump into a test drive. We're going to pick a car, so you can either go with the 2-cup cars, so 991 or 992, both really good cars. You've got the Skippy as well, so if you're comfortable in the Skippy, grab hold of that. But basically you want a car that hasn't got ABS. So that is the key. Don't use a car with ABS. You want no ABS at all. Then we're going to go over and we're going to grab the Centripetal. Oh, fat fingers. We want the Centripetal circuit. Any track conditions, set it in the morning so you get good grip. That's it. That's all you need to do for the first drill. Right. Let's get it loaded up. We'll get on. Okay, so we're at the Centripetal circuit. So all we're going to do, we're going to start off. You should be able to see my pedals up on the top of the screen. So you'll be able to see my left foot on the brake, right foot on the throttle. So we're basically just going to drive the car round in circles. We're on a base setup, like medium downforce, iRacing setup. I'm in the 992. We're going to go out. We're going to go around in circles, just gently building the speed up. We're just going to get a feel, just pushing the brake with our left foot and starting to work up that muscle memory. And basically all we're going to do is just repeating, keep pressing it, see what it's making the car do. And you'll notice some interesting traits as you're braking. So go out, get the car up into like 3rd gear. So this feels pretty good out here. It's about 80 meters, something like that, a circle. And we just start applying the brake pedal gently. Now, when you're learning to left foot brake, it's going to be really, really sharp. You're going to feel yourself locking up and sort of virtually smashing yourself through the windscreen like you would in your road car if you tried to do it. Now, what we're aiming for is a nice gentle pressure. So you haven't got to worry about stamping down the pedal, but just applying the brakes gently and just getting a feel for what they're doing. Now, I've got load cell pedals, and if you're on load cell pedals, it's gonna be a lot harder. And if you're on potentiometer pedals that register through how far you push them down, that's going to be a lot easier to learn to left foot braking, because you haven't got to worry about training your foot to add pressure. So it's probably the only case where load cell pedals are a disadvantage. So start off just gently braking and just get a feel for the pedal, how much pressure you can see. And you can see in the graph as well, at the bottom of the screen, the red graph is my brake application. So once you're comfortable, you start to build the speed up. We're going to jump out to the next square. And we're going to power the car till it starts to understeer, till it starts to push out to the white line. And then we're going to brake to bring it back in. And we're just trying to do it, braking as smooth as you can. If you look at my graph, you'll see it's nice and smooth. It's not jagged like this. We want nice smooth application. So up, crest, and then down. Up, crest, and then down. And that's what we're aiming for. Right, if you get bored and you're feeling a bit seasick, spin the car around and we'll go the other way. the tyres hot now is where it turns into fun. So all you're doing, trying to get that initial feel for the pedal, you probably want to spend about 10 minutes. It's going to feel a bit like pulling teeth, but just keep going round until you're really starting to get a feel for using that left foot on the brake pedal. So just gently braking. And if you've got race lab apps, put the data up so you can see it on your screen, and just keep your eye on the data and just try and keep that line as nice and smooth as you can get it, with a nice rounded crest at the top and then back down as you come off the pedal. It's more important how you come off the brake pedal than it is how you get on it. So remember that always in iRacing. A lot of people don't understand the art of braking, but it's how you come off the brake pedal that's the important bit, not how you push it down. So down, on, and then bleed off. Down, on, and bleed off. Right, that's centripetal circuit over and done with. Once you're comfortable with that, then we're going to move to the next track. Let's go. Right then, so back into test drive. Stick with the same car you're in at Centripetal. Delete that, and then we're going to Monza. So it's the second one on the list, and we want the junior track at Monza. Same settings, keep it in the morning, and get that up and running. Okay, we are here at sunny Monza, so let's get out on track. Now the reason we're going to use this track is because it's got 3 different braking zones. So you've got coming into what is turn 1. Turn 1's very early at the junior track. It's a very heavy braking zone from 6th gear, and I think you're going down to 3rd gear for turn 1. It's a really strong braking zone. There's a bump in the middle, so as you cross the track here, you've got a big bump, and it's right as you're braking as well. So it's really good for training your left foot how to get the car slowed down. Come out of there, we're in 3rd gear, and then it's just a little rub of the brakes maybe and turn in, and then another sharp little brake, not too bad, and turn in again. You can keep it in 3rd gear all the way around here, and then we're onto the back straight. So we're going up to 6th gear, and obviously we know this corner, heavy braking zone, and we're going from 6th down to 4th in the cup car and get it slowed down. But it's a really pushy corner, so got to be good on the brakes here. So gently braking, bring the car down to speed, trailing all the way in to the end of the curve, and then pick the throttle up on the way out. So we're coming down to what is turn 1 again. We're going to be in 6th gear, and we're looking for the white marker wall on the left hand side. So we're just going to flick it up to 6th, and just before we get to the wall, we're on the brakes and just bring it down to 3rd and then bring it in, trailing all the way to the apex and then on the power. So a little rub of the brakes coming in there, another little dab, just knock a bit of speed off, and then power on to the exit. Now the reason I picked this track is because it's got 3 good braking zones, but it's a very short lap, so it's really quick. You can, sort of 20 minutes, you can get a lot of repetitions in of the same braking. So down to 4th, trail braking all the way, keep it nice and tucked into the curb. At the end of the curb, off the brakes and pick the power up. It's all about repetition, learning a new skill. They say you have to do it 1,000 times before you master it. It's building up the muscle memory. So this is a perfect track for that. So we're looking for that white wall on the left-hand side. Just before we get there, brakes on, down to 3rd, trail all the way in, get the car slowed down at the apex, and then on the power. Little lift, and then a little dab of brakes coming in, at the apex, on the power coming out. So, what you're working on, remember, is not how you press the brake pedal down. We want to get that mastered, but it's how you come off the brake pedal that's the important bit as well. So coming into here, down to 4th gear, bring it in, and then off the pedal, nice and gently, and then feed the power on gently as well. So again, coming down to turn 1, make sure you're not resting your foot on the brake pedal. You see I've brought my foot over now, on the brakes, and down to 3rd gear, and just gently feeding it in all the way around to the apex, and then off the brakes. Little dab of the brakes, all the way to the apex, and then off the brakes and on the power. It's as simple as that, he says. So all you need to do is keep pounding around here. I'd probably give yourself 20, 30 minutes. If you can do more, even better, but just keep building up that repetition. Pop your delta bar up on the screen so that you can see if you're getting quicker or slower, and really work on being smooth on the application of that brake pedal, and also pop your if you've got Race Lab apps, pop the data up there and watch that brake stream. Try and keep it as smooth as you can. Up, nice roll at the top, and then nice and gently off at the bottom. And that is the simplest way to learn how to left foot brake. It isn't going to come instantly unless you're some sort of alien, but that's a really good drill. And even for me, being an experienced driver, I've quite enjoyed doing this. I've had a good few laps around here now, and it's really good to just polish your skills off, because we all do start over driving every now and again. It's really good to just break it all back and come and do a nice simple drill and just working on your ability on the brake pedal. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. And if you haven't done so already, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll pop some more films up around here that you might be interested in. And we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Cheers.